Now we are recording.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Before you get too into recording, I guess I'll pop out. See you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Bye.
bye, Marsh.
Bye.
Hey, yo.
Good luck.
What the hell?
Good
Oh,
luck
we
with
killed
the
it.
DVD games. May
Oh
the DVD
shit!
games
Yeah, I was
go
here.
well.
I gotta go.
Run, Marsh, run.
Get back here!
Run. He's gonna try to introduce you to people.
I've got a knife!
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, see you guys.
See
ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Farewell.
Okay.
We're recording. Who needs a recap? Because it has been a while, and we got some new
recap
people
is
here
good.
as well.
Recap time.
Always good.
All right, I'll try to do this in like the least confusing way possible. So, complete recap. We are Tucker, a college student who is somehow transported to a space something, or maybe it's a planet, we don't know yet, filled with a bunch of dog aliens called Karain. Tucker has been locked away in a cell for almost, I think, 4 days now. That's 34-hour days, mind you. And he's been slowly getting to know his three captors / guardians, Marrowyn, the chief medical officer of this location, Marruk, the chief security officer of this location, and Rhoun, the chief maintenance director / good boy / totally not simping for him / probably everybody's favorite at this point, chief maintenance director. So at this stage in the story, really not all that much has happened. We've been slowly getting to know everybody, but slowly been piecing together information. It's been a pretty shitty situation for Tucker all around. Like Twin had said, he's basically inside of the contraption. And yeah, that's where we're at where we're at in this story right now. I'd say Rhoun just accidentally fucked up a lot of the cell stuff, so there was almost a bit of cross-contamination or a bit of worry for cross-contamination at that point. They're kind of keeping him locked away because, you know, aliens and big scary alien who's just a harmless little human guy, but he has a lot of potential viruses or something like that. The cell does take a while. But yeah, Marruk just kicked Rhoun out after being a bit of an asshole to him, but maybe he has his reasons, who knows. A lot going on behind these good boys' eyes and a lot of mysteries to solve. So, to that point, who wants to voice who for this session? Because we kind of rotated around. I know, Icefang, you want to do Marrowyn this session, or at least for the first half.
I want to do our himbo boy.
Rhoun? Okay.
Yeah.
Mars is Rhoun. Icefang is Marrowyn. So that means we got Marruk, we got Tucker.
I'd love to voice someone if that's cool, since I haven't been able to make it to the last two.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely cool.
True.
Who do you want to voice? You can.
I am cool with whoever.
I'm gonna hear you do Marruk.
Oh,
We'll swap it. We can swap at the half too for other people who want to do stuff.
Sure. Sounds good.
Give me a job.
All right,
So
give me
we've-
1 second here.
We've got a Marruk, we've got a Rhoun, we've got a Marrow. We just need the chief and a Tucker.
I'm okay.
Twin said that Twin would do Tucker, but
Heck yeah. And now we just need a chief.
Twin's probably Twin's typing right now is probably saying, "I don't care if anyone else wants to do it, then they can do it." That's exactly what Twin said.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Called out.
I
So
can
twin
chip in
core.
for whoever is needed.
Give me a job whenever you think I can have one.
You know what, like, I could also probably do the chief since I did do him last time, but I don't remember what I gave him, so if he appears again, then it'll probably be, like, interesting for me to figure out, but if, I mean, if Yao wants, Yao can take the chief. Or unless they're not being serious about that.
Yeah, would you like to
What?
voice the chief?
Where?
Are we volunteering Yao to do things?
Well, I mean,
I think
can't...
Yao likes being volunteered.
Typecast me. Yeah, typecast me. Typecast me hard. It's just like my entire job is being typecast. Typecast me! Okay.
Well, I guess we're volunteering him. Okay, I think we got everybody sorted. Marrowyn's Ice Vein, Rhoun's Mars, Marruk is Yugen, Tucker is Twinned, and Chief is Yao? Question mark?
Yes.
And then we'll rotate seats to the half mark.
And then I'll rotate seats to the half mark. Okay.
Sounds good.
If there are no objections to that, we will get started. I think we're on day 4 now, and I probably gave a really terrible summary, but that's okay. The only way to begin is by beginning. With nothing to do in my cell, I've taken to rereading my book. It is not as interesting as the first or second time I've read it, but at least it's passing the time. That was a sharp transition, holy shit. Marruk has since returned to his post, or rather, just the closer side of the bench. We've exchanged a few glances at each other, but nothing more. I don't think he's really upset or the wall would be down, but I'm still not particularly happy with him. How can he be so crass to other members of the station? It doesn't sit right with me. If he was that rude to Doc or Tyr, I'm sure he'd get in trouble. I can't worry about all this. It's not good for me. Unfortunately, I have to just worry about myself right now. What did he mean when he said, if I'm let out of my cell? Surely once Doc and Marruk, well, mostly Doc, make sure I'm not a danger to the crew, they'll let me out. Unless there was some new development with the captain that I haven't heard of. Maybe my presence here has really caused such an issue that letting me freely walk the halls is now out of the question. No, that can't be it. I do wonder what it's like out there. I get the impression I didn't get the full experience while I was running for my life.
Yeah. I'll be okay.
I shout, standing up triumphantly, announcing to my cell. I look over to Marruk, who has just given me a curious side-eye. Fuck. Right. I'm not really alone. A bit embarrassed, I try to casually sit back down with my book. A short amount of time passes before I hear the door open. Heavy, plodding footsteps clue me into who might be visiting us.
Hello, Marruk. Tucker. I hope you're both getting along.
Murmured grumblings from both sides give Doc a good idea of how things are going. He doesn't look particularly surprised. In fact, he looks fairly tired himself. I know he's probably been working all day. I hope he can get some rest. I make some room on the bench for him as it seems like he's going to come in, to which he smiles.
I can't stay long tonight, sorry. I need to make sure I get a few more tests running before I go to bed. But I can stay with you while you eat, if you don't mind.
Oh. Well, of course, Nero.
I'm a bit bummed out he can't stay longer, but I'm glad he's here at all. He takes a seat next to me. Surprisingly close to me, in fact. I know he's been coming in here without fear of getting contaminated, but I still don't really understand why. Maybe as the head of medicine, he's just not worried about it, or he's on some cocktail of antibodies or something. I'm realizing I have no idea how medicine really works. It's still nice to be this close to someone, even just to feel a bit warmer from their presence. Before my mind can wander any further, a bowl is placed in front of me. Another salad. I take it, but look to Marrow, who seems to understand my disappointment.
I'm sorry, Tucker. I haven't really had time to run more allergy tests for you. I've been trying to prepare for your release and, amongst other things, to figure out if you are carrying any diseases and such. You understand, no?
I do, but it still sucks just eating the same meal. Oh well. I noticed Doc has a small parcel with him as well.
No, this? After dinner, I have a small gift for you, Tucker.
Noting that, I smile and continue my dinner. Marruk walks up the wall and keeps an eye on us.
So, Doc, you got any news in the next few days for me? I feel like I'm being kept in the dark here. Got told to change everyone's schedules with some shitty excuses and then report right back to either you or the chief himself. What's up?
Yes, it has been complicated trying to manage everything. Especially since Professor Senno is busy trying to catch a wagging tail with all the data he has.
Trying to what? Is that like a saying around here?
That bad, huh? Anything you can tell me, or?
Officially, no. But since I'm exhausted and need to complain about it to someone, it seems like it might all be wrong.
Wrong? How can data be wrong, Doc?
I don't know. I'm not that good with quantum physics. I just know there's been a lot of cursing coming from his office, and he's taking up most of the station's processing power. I heard some computers were even malfunctioning today because of it.
I'll be sure not to bother him. Well, not more than I have to.
Yes, I heard about what happened.
You read my report?
I always read your reports, Marruk. As well as Director Tyrion's. It's my job. Although in truth, I didn't have to read anything, as he showed up at my lab, half alive, not but a few marks ago. Watching the security footage, I feel you both omitted a decent amount.
I'm confused how much power Marrowyn actually has around here. He seems to hold a lot of sway, especially if you can just casually find security footage and incident reports. Maybe that's all just part of his job, though? His job as a doctor.
You watched the footage?
Yes.
So you can see I was right then. Right?
There is no right or wrong, Marruk. While the actions Director Tyrion took may have been questionable, I do feel that he meant well and did his best to take care of our guest here, who, may I remind you, is now top priority for both of us.
I still think Chief should see it.
You will do no such thing, Marruk. The Chief is overwhelmed as is right now. I know you have...
He takes an exceptionally long pause between words, as if trying to avoid a verbal landmine. It's very clear now that Marruk might just have it out for Rhoun.
History with Director Tyrion. But it's something you are going to have to get over. Or at least deal with while we work together to take care of Tucker. I know it's hard to move past what happened, but if you need help, you can always just message...
Fine. I'm fine. I get it. I'm sorry, Doc. I won't bother the Chief.
Half-lidded eyes inspect Marruk with machine accuracy. Marrowyn looks unconvinced, but he's also clearly exhausted.
I'll hold you to...
He has to stop mid-sentence, taking a massive yawn. I managed a quick look at his teeth, which are a bit terrifying. They're uniform and clean, but as sharp as you'd expect a canine's to be. Although it seems he may have some molars at the back. I didn't get a good look, but that would explain how they can tolerate vegetables and the like. He slumps over, almost knocking into me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I trust you, Marruk. You can handle this professionally. He's fine, by the way. Director Tyrion was discharged with no issues.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm sure he's still shook up, though. Marruk looks almost sad, as if disappointed in himself. Or he's just upset he can't harp on Rhoun anymore. Well, at least not while under the scrutiny of Marrow. After finishing my salad, I'm happy to find my next dish isn't a bowl of grains, but that broth again. Still steaming over and warm. Just cupping it in my hands for a while is nice. The warmth permeating my fingers.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I am sorry, Tucker, but I couldn't get anything done about the temperature. Turns out I'd have to change the temperature on the whole floor, and for that I'd have to give a valid reason. And I can't really do that without disclosing, well, you. I hope it's manageable. I believe you'll be out of here soon. If it is still too cold, let me know. I'm sure I can figure something out.
Ah, damn. I guess that makes sense. You can probably only go over so many people's heads before they start asking questions. Sorry.
Twent?
Oh, it's okay. Thank you, though, Marrow.
I put a hand on his massive shoulder and look up to him as he smiles softly.
So, anyways, Doc, besides the Chief's data, is there any other news? Like this AI thing? It's gonna work, yeah? Are we just gonna hear him speak? Whatever it is he's speaking, or...
Once again, I am not entirely sure, to be honest. It seems like more of a translator, so maybe. I understand the concept of it, but I've never installed one myself. Professor Senna will explain it when we go to get them installed.
Installed. Right. Remind me to bring a magazine or something. That shit takes forever. Hey Mars, can you mute? Thank you. I remember when I got...
His eyes flick to me and he stops mid-sentence. I can only assume he was lost in conversation and forgot I can understand him.
It takes a while, is all.
Yes, it is not a particularly expedited process. But I can assure you it is efficient.
I finish up my meal and put it on the tray. Marrow pushes it to the side and pulls out the parcel.
You'd be surprised how hard it was to find these. I do hope you can make use of them.
Thanks?
The parcel doesn't seem very large, but it is soft. After opening it, I'm happily surprised to pull out a new shirt. The material feels soft and decently stretchy, and it has some symbols on it that I cannot identify.
Finding something in your size did turn out to be quite the challenge as well. Technically, you are a kit size.
Really?
No way. Really?
That's embarrassing. At least Marruk thinks it's hilarious.
Where'd you even find something that small, Doc?
Lost and found. I think it was leftover from some tour. I mean, look at what it says on the front.
Marrow gently turns it so that Marruk can see the front of my new shirt. Upon reading it, he almost falls over laughing.
Doc, no, that is too funny. You can't do that.
I'm terrified that it says something really embarrassing, so I turn to Marrow, who's already caught on. He scratches the back of his head and lets out a small laugh.
It's nothing bad, I promise. Do you have interns where you come from?
You gotta be kidding me.
Doc seems really relieved that we can all have a decent laugh about it. Also, in the parcel is a new pair of shorts and some boxers. Boxers with a hole in them where the tail would go. Makes sense, I guess. Unfortunately, that's all though. No new socks or shoes. I guess I don't need new shoes, but I will need some new socks. Especially if the rest of this place is this cold.
I think I need to get going. I have to make sure everything is ready for Tucker to leave here. And that means some more tests tonight.
He gets up from the bench, stretching and yawning once again.
I also have to meet someone about fixing my lights. I think they're coming by tonight. Anyways, I must be off. Good night, Tucker. I promise when you're out of here, we will have a real dinner. More than just this.
Oh, thank you.
He turns to leave. I reach out to stop him, but only grasp the air as he passes. I don't even know why I did that. Marruk seems to have noticed me doing it, but doesn't ask. I couldn't answer anyways.
Good night, Marruk. Get some rest. I'll message you tomorrow when everything is ready.
So soon, huh?
Yes, you know how it is here. Better to get this out of the way than slow down on other projects.
Sounds about right. Get some rest, Doc.
No promises.
And the door closes. I'm left sitting alone, but with a new shirt at least. Bringing it up to my face to see if it smells like anything, I'm almost disappointed to find it just smells like clean laundry. Not even a hint of anything floral either. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't smell like, well, dog. But it feels comfy, so I won't complain. This, however, doesn't change the fact I desperately need a shower. I feel wretched. Splashing myself with water from the sink isn't a great solution either. As the lights dim in the room, I can tell it's getting late. I'm excited for tomorrow, but I've barely had time to process what it really means. I might be able to talk to someone. I doubt I'll be able to hold any kind of conversation, but still, it's unbelievable. I shouldn't get too worked up over it, though. I need to go to sleep, and I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow. I have a bad tendency of staying up late when I'm excited and then being exhausted the next day. Like when I had my first day at college. Oh. Yeah. I did do that then, huh? I rubbed my eyes, trying to get rid of the water accumulating there. I was so excited to try something, to try and start something new, and the water keeps coming. My first day at my first college. I think I missed my first class because I was so excited. It's a deluge. Oh, that's just gone. In a heartbeat. Who cares how my life was going? It was mine. I could control it. And now this. sobbing, my head and my hands violently grabbing at my hair. I'm unable to hear the footsteps behind me. I know it wasn't much and I was struggling, but it was certain. It was real. This all feels like a joke. Where am I? How did I even get here? Will I ever be able to see my friends, my family? I don't even hear the door open. I can't hear the Karain crouching next to me yelling my name. I just want to hear their voices. I don't want to forget them. A gentle paw on my shoulder draws my innermost ire. My bloodshot eyes burning as I strain to see what is beyond my veil of unfettered anger. As if shattered like glass, my fury dissipates as I see the face of Marrowyn. There's a mask of horror upon his weathered muzzle, and I break down again.
Marrow. Where am I?
I cry, no longer in control of myself. I flop forwards, my nails clawing deeper as I fall. I can't hear Marrowyn as if he's talking at all, but I can tell he's there. He gently pulls my arm away, causing me to snarl, but he remains. I'm pulled into a warm embrace, though in my haze it's the last thing I want. A paw holding me close, trapping me. Another patting my back. A horrid rhythm. He smells sickeningly sterile. His uniform rough and grating. I hate it all. I hate it all. Just let me go. Let me go. And yet, I haven't felt more at home in days.
Marrow.
He pulls me tighter, my lithe form enveloped by his warm mass. I've stopped squirming, just panicked shaking racks me now.
Please, calm down. Is something wrong? I know this is hard. I know you're struggling. I will try. I will make it easier for you. Tomorrow. We're so close.
My hands tear at his arms in vain resistance. Or for reassurance. Small ticks surge through me as I twitch this way and that. Throughout it all, I cannot break free. My eyes close, exhausted and tired of the inside of this cell. Eventually, I drift off to the sound of my own heart, for I do not hear his. Day 4. I am awake, yet I dare not open my eyes. I know where I am, and I am unsure if I can face it. Not right now, at least. I have to bring myself back down, as there are no more arms to cry into. I have to try. Changes in the air. Still in my cell. All right, at least I ended up in my bed. The lights are on, too. That's good. I wonder if I'm getting more used to these long days. I hope I didn't freak Doc out too much. Getting up to stretch, I notice Marruk doing some more intensive stretches of his own. I'll leave him be for now. And deciding instead to freshen up as best I can for my big day. I make my way to the sink and... Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror. I hazard a glance. Wretched thing, reflecting back such a grim visage. Bleary eyes, dry skin, unkempt hair. Were it so easy, I'd take it down. Take it slow. Right. Okay. Splashing some water on my face helps. If I ignore my shaking hands and growling stomach, I can pretend I'm a functioning human who just had a rough night. So basically, a college student. The sound of bone on glass pulls me from my stupor. Turning to see Marruk at the wall, I offer a bemused yet happy expression. The best I can do right now. At least I'm not staring at myself anymore. Walking over to see what's up, I notice he has a tray ready for me.
Sorry. Hey there. Tucker.
He almost looks nervous. Was he there last night? He must have been. He's barely left, but I don't remember seeing him. Maybe he fetched Marrow when he saw me breaking down. That would explain why Marrow came back.
Are you, feeling alright? Doc wanted to know. He stopped by to drop off some stuff for you. But you were asleep and, well, he didn't want to wake you. I, also didn't want to wake you, that is. Anyways, today's the day, I guess. Learning AI and all that. I don't know when it'll be ready. Doc said maybe by the 12th mark at the earliest, 23rd at the latest. So, eat this and try to relax. Or whatever. Doc said it might get busy.
Thank you, Eric.
Soon I hope those words find purchase. After getting my breakfast, I sit down to relax. And everything still feels off. As if this cell could drain more of my spirits. It's a quiet morning. Well, they've all been quiet, but this one feels exceptionally so. It's not something you think about till it's gone. I'm sure there aren't a ton of birds in space, or wind blowing through trees. The background noise here is different. Pipes gurgling, lights thrumming, and every so often a footstep can be heard running down the hall. A mechanical choir. The marks start crawling by until next thing I know it's 3 marks later. Or at least that's what Marruk tells me. I can't bring myself to do much. Marruk looks busier than ever, frantically swiping through menus and sending messages. I wonder how many are about me. I wonder how many are because of me. Marruk steps out to grab us lunch. Still no word on the schedule, though. I eat lunch in the same placid grayness I ate breakfast in. Just dull, numb, empty. Beep, beep, beep. Shocked awake, I frantically turn to Marruk. His expression mirrors mine. Is this it? Our eyes meet. I just look at his monitor. He follows suit. I can feel my blood flowing again. My senses returning. Changes in the air. He scrolls through a few messages and stands up. He just looks at me, nods, and leaves.
Wait, is that it? What does that mean? Merrick!
No response. Pushing myself as far against the glass as I can proves fruitless. He's already gone. I feel awake, alive. Hell, I'm practically bouncing off the walls at this point. This is so exciting. This is my escape, I think. It's still a bit vague, but it has to be. Finishing my lunch in a rush, I stand, press up against the glass, waiting. Although after a mark or so passes, my giddiness subsides. They did mention this could take a while. I have no idea what they are really even doing. I know it has something to do with their neurals, but that's about it. After what feels like another mark, I've found myself laying back on my bed. If I'm to be trapped here any longer, new sheets might be nice. I wonder how long it will take to ask for that. I wonder what they have to learn first. Do I need to teach them nouns? Or sentence structure? can they learn slaying? I feel Tyr should have maybe talked with me beforehand and explained all this. But it's too late for that now. I decide to sit and journal what little has changed. I find I do not write much. Maybe it's best to just take a day off and let things actually happen. Every little sound sets me off. I can't help but glance at the door. Well, what I can see of the door at least. All of my morning malaise is gone, replaced with this need to talk to someone. Waiting is the worst. I find myself just pacing and I hear the door open. It's time. My eyes shoot wide open and I bound over to the wall. Realizing I look like a monster while pressed up against the glass, staring, I back up a bit. But just a bit. Marrowyn looks exhausted. They all do. I wonder how many hours they're putting in for me. I'll have to thank them soon. So soon. Yeah, this is you.
Oh, perfect. Hello, and good day, Tucker. Now, before you say anything, and I mean anything, let me try to explain this the best I can.
I'm so excited, I'm worried I might forget this. I wonder if I should write it down, but I cannot move. I cannot take my eyes off the crane who has given me this tremendous gift.
All three of your guardians have just downloaded the neural learning AI I spent the past few days programming. In the simplest terms possible, it will mimic what you say through context. So, for example, and I do mean example, please do not respond until I say so. If Dr. Marrowyn were to say hello and you were to respond in kind, the AI will take your response and list it as a possible appropriate response, then translate it for us. This can be troublesome if you were to say something wrong. For example, if Security Chief Saras would say hello and you were to respond with goodbye, the AI would register that as an appropriate response to hello, and you might have to deal with the error until I can fix it. Now, don't be too worried. The AI can learn if you were simply making a mistake or misspoke. But let's just not push it too much. It's not my best work. A bit of a rush job, all things considered.
Yeah, I should have been writing that down. It doesn't sound too complicated, but I'll try to remember to watch what I say. At least for a while. This is so exciting, though. I know I have to take it slow, but the possibilities astound me. I'm ready.
Now, this is quite overdue. But hello, Tucker.
Is that my cue? Tyr gives me a small smile and a polite head nod. This is it then. Here goes nothing.
Hello, Professor Steno.
Immediately, all three of my guardians show a reaction. Something akin to a mix of discomfort and pain, almost. Wait, this isn't hurting them, is it?
Yeah, no. That's gonna be annoying.
That was him, though. He said hello.
By the eye. That's good. I wasn't entirely sure it would work. Oh. And oh yes. About the discomfort. I've heard it can be discombobulating at first, but I have also heard it passes quite quickly. You'll have plenty of time to get used to it.
Tyr notices my worried expression.
Oh yes. Don't worry, everything is fine. Neurals aren't always set up for this kind of thing. Neurals aren't always set up for this kind of thing. As such, it can be quite jarring to both hear a voice in your head and out loud.
Well, that sounds awful. I hope it does indeed pass soon.
Now, go on. Introduce yourselves. Trust me, it helps.
Yeah. I'm head of security. Lieutenant Marruk Saris.
Hello, Marruk. I am Tucker.
With a small wince and some shut eyes, I can tell it's working.
Greetings, Tucker. I am the head physician, Dr. Marrowyn Seno.
Greetings, Marrowyn.
Hi. Could
Your
y'all
mic
hear
cut
me?
out. Your mic cut out.
My bad. Hiya, Tucker. I'm head of, Director Rhoun of maintenance.
Hi, Rhoun.
Ugh. Yeah, that's working all right, Chief. Is there anything else we should do? Can't exactly ask him questions if we don't know the answer, right?
Correct. Asking a question with a vague answer could just prove tedious or worse. Useless. Questions must have one specific answer to build vocabulary. If I were to ask, "How are you today?" with no concept of the words I would answer with, you'd get nothing and confuse the AI. But if you were to ask, "What is this?" while asking about, let's say, a book, you'd get a definitive answer. Mimicry is also an option, although a tedious one. If you understand that you are saying a sentence and it will be spoken back to you verbatim, then the AI can figure that out and add all those words, including their context, to its memory. If you'd like, you could spend all day simply reading a dictionary back and forth to one another. Like I said, tedious. Hence, why I had you clear your schedules. Speaking of schedules, I must depart. There's more news coming back for me. Hopefully this time it isn't gibberish. By the eye, I hope it's not gibberish. Anyway, goodbye to you all. Goodbye, Tucker.
Goodbye, dear.
He smiles. I think even without a neural, he understands. Walking down the hall, he offers one last.
Good luck.
Before heading out. It's nice. It's a lot, and it's so complicated and confusing. But I think this is it. Marrowyn and Rhoun offer me similar smiles, and even Marruk's scowl softens a bit. But where do we even begin? It seems they are also wondering about this issue.
So, Doc, you got any ideas?
Me? Why me?
You're the smartest one here, of course.
While flattering, I'm unsure if that is true. Director Tyrion is very talented and knows his way around the station like no other.
Yeah. Okay. He's the best janitor we've ever had. But really, Doc, I'm lost here. I'm afraid to even ask his name again.
Marrowyn rolls his eyes, Rhoun looks like he's zoning out again. Do these three just fall apart without supervision?
All right, all right. Let's start with something simple. Professor Seno mentioned we can ask questions with a definitive answer. That sounds like a good way to learn some things, so let's do that. Tucker, do you mind pulling over your possessions? Perhaps we can start there.
Oh boy, item recognition. We really have to take it slow, huh? Okay, if Tyr says this is the best, then sure. Picking up my meager possessions for the crew, I see they've rearranged themselves slightly. Doc is waiting at the door to come in, while Rhoun has moved away from Marruk. Or perhaps Marruk moved away from Rhoun. Looking at Doc with a confused expression, he simply turns and smiles.
I felt silly on that side of the wall and thought I'd come in. Is that all right?
Oh,
Wait. I just realized we have no concept of what yes and no are. Please say yes for the neural. Or nod.
Oh damn, good catch. This is really going to be a one step at a time process, huh? Well, this seems like a good time to teach them affirmatives and negatives.
yes.
I say, nodding. They barely even flinch anymore. I guess it was just the shock of hearing something in your head, more than anything, that surprised them. Doc sighs and steps into my cell, taking a seat in front of Rhoun.
Phew. Thank you, Tucker. All right, I suppose we should get started. If you'd join us.
Sitting in front of Marruk, I display my goods in the center of our circle and pick up a pencil. I wonder if this is even an important word to learn. When I notice Doc is looking at me with bated breath, my decision is made. Unfortunately for them, I quickly run out of objects for show and tell. I'm able to point to my clothes, my body parts, and the room. Arm, bed, chair. Eye, shirt, wall, socks, pencil, etc. They seem to be getting it all, and taking in these simple nouns. While important, I'm not entirely sure how essential these are right now. It seems like we can skip the basics and cover any concept through mimicry. Perhaps I'm being impatient. I just want to be able to ask questions.
Oh. I have a question that has been on my mind. What do you call yourself? Or rather, your species?
Oh, that might be helpful for him. Something to help him in his research. Well, at least something to put on his files. Pointing to myself for emphasis. Essay in my best caveman voice.
Human.
I'd keep going, but I'm afraid I'd confuse them. Doc just looks dumbstruck. And he quickly scribbles down some notes before smiling again. Like I said, a name for all the documents he has to organize, I'm sure.
So, how long do you think it'll take before we can switch from single words to, like, you know, actual sentences?
Well, it could be a while. Maybe covering some key concepts could help, but I wouldn't know where to start.
They both seem stumped. Looking to Rhoun, the poor guy still seems pretty zoned out. I wish I could help, but I really can't right now. An idea pops into my head. And we'll pause there for the half.
Okay.
Suspense for the idea. What is the idea that Tucker has? Who can say, not I?
It's the route split.
It's
The red split.
An idea pops into my head, and it's just like the options of going with each of them.
I
Oh my
stand there
gosh.
undecided.
He grabs Rhoun and just dives into the vents.
Oh my god.
Tucker points at the wall,
alien-
says walls.
I
Tucker-
saw Tucker get in the events.
Tucker points at the vent over his head. It's like, vent,
Sus!
like in Among Us.
Among Us.
I was about to say
no.
points at the vent.
No. Yeah, hey,
And Marrowyn-
amazing job from everyone so far.
Yeah,
Marrowyn's just like, oh, so you call that a sus then?
No.
No,
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Jackson Twin, both of you did that emotional section so damn well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was a bit
Everyone
worried about
was
getting
like,
to it.
"Oh,
We're so good.
We went
Oh
to the
no,
moment.
you did so well.
Can I actually have a question because this is
Yes.
my first session listening in.
Yes.
How can Tucker understand them?
We don't know.
We don't.
Oh, we don't know.
We
Okay,
actually don't
all
know.
right. Because
Yeah.
I was like thinking about that. Like they start talking about like a translator. I'm like, but he understands all of them. What are you talking about?
That's
Yeah.
The mystery
probably
Alright,
now.
okay.
We just don't know.
Tucker's already got a lingua, don't you know? He was stolen by aliens before.
Okay,
Tucker is
alright.
secretly the
Actually,
god of
because
his dogs,
he's
and he just doesn't know it yet.
It's actually because Tucker's an English major, so that just makes him incredibly powerful when it comes to languages.
True.
I
I feel
wanna
like that's
kill his sassy
untrue.
ass.
From all
I
the
want that
English
drink
majors that I
obliterated.
know, I feel like that's very untrue.
An English major, I'm going to say it's true.
I was gonna say Zeph can attest to that.
Yeah, but like most furry visual novels that like put the main character in like some weird wacky like new environment always has to have like fucking like, "Oh, why can I understand this large buff furry hunk of a wolf man?"
True.
He understands them by smell.
And it either ends up being like, oh, you have to hide the fact you can understand us and speak our language, or you have to play dumb. But I do like how they're doing it here.
I like how in depth it's pretty meticulous, but I like how in depth the whole like translation and like building the database and like the like lexicon for them.
Because that's exactly
Through
how an AI
interacting.
works. Like you have to start out very, very simple, and like
Yeah.
over time then it just builds up its information. And like I said in the chat, I like how it almost feels like training a dog to learn commands, and I
Oh my god.
I enjoy that idea so much.
That's
Yeah.
pretty funny, actually.
Yeah,
And I gotta
it's
say,
really
it's a
good.
testament to the writing too, because it's this part could very easily be a slog. But even though, like you said, Eugen, it's very meticulous, it doesn't feel boring or like it's dragging.
Yeah, I think that's helped by the characters too. I like them all so
Yeah.
far, even though I missed the last two sessions, unfortunately. But yeah,
Here now.
I'm enjoying them, all these characters, quite a bit.
The Mister.
Very good.
I like your
Everybody-
Marruk voice a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I there was a moment there where I accidentally did Sam's
Well, we
voice a
heard
little
it.
bit, and I was like, "Fuck."
We all
No,
heard
wait.
it, Eugen. We all heard it.
No. No, everybody's voices are so good. Mars, you only got like a couple lines as Rhoun, right?
I think I
Yeah.
legit have one.
Okay, but it was still great. Yeah, during when the first session that I was here for the very beginning, Ice Fang, I think you also did Marrowyn's voice then, and it's like, yeah, it's perfect. It's a very comforting.
No, K9's been doing Marrowyn's
this is-
voice in
this
the
is my first time.
beginning. And then
Really?
yeah, Ice Fang's always been doing Tier. K9
Yeah.
does Marrowyn usually.
Oh, maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe you did Tier in the first session.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
did
okay,
Tier,
that's what it was. Well, your Marrowyn is amazing.
It definitely is. Like
So
I love.
it's the ultimate like big comforting Buppy energy.
It is.
If I can
Second.
compliment on one thing, I love like the slight softness you give to the beginning of all his sentences.
Yeah.
Like you ease into it very, very nicely.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't want to just be like shh, shh. I'm like, okay, we'll have to make like puppy growls.
Yes,
It's really good.
Buppy.
Super good.
You both bring really good elements to it. Like K9, I think you capture a very nerdy energy with it. Very excitable,
do.
nerdy energy. I think you bring a lot
Yes.
of comfort and warmness to it.
So nerd
I'll do
and
a
dad.
fusion
That's
dance.
basically just what we are anyway. just as
Nerd
people.
and dad.
That is
Basically
true.
describes 90% of this Discord.
God.
Nerd it absolutely does.
Yeah, Yao,
mean-
your tier was super good. I
Oh my
mentioned
god!
it in the
Yow,
chat.
yow,
but-
yow, 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 yow.
I
I
mentioned
literally
it in the
got, I got
Oh, sorry, go on.
Half-Life scientist vibes from it.
Yeah,
Full
it
so-
was so good.
The really
Loved it.
funny part, I think, is that I was talking to Ryan about this in the background. I was like, "Oh my god, did I actually get typecast like on accident? Like actually?
You ended up as the
Pretty
professor.
Really? Yeah, I didn't know. I was kind of like, I don't know any of these characters. I'll just take anything. Sure, why not? And it's like, actually, the
I'm not
universe
familiar with
said
Yao lore.
typecast.
What's the type? Why
Yeah.
is it the typecast for Yao?
We typecast Yao all the time in Marsh's stream.
So
whether it be usually it's
yeah,
haughty
you
twinks
tell me.
though. Usually it's haughty
Yeah.
twinks. This is very different. This is another cast he could do. I mean, obviously he does the kind of like wise old man very well too. But we see the haughty twink and we go, oh, that's Yao.
That's the first. Yeah. That's
When you
I'm
surround
thinking of.
yourself with bears, we need someone to play the twinks.
all of them, and also all the females, and also the females.
Oh,
The bears need their treat after all. The
men of
Oh my god.
No, the
their
bears'
sweet, sweet
treats are
honey
each
voice.
other.
Real.
But the reason that this was a typecast, and I was like, oh, I totally understand what's going on here, is because my actual job is teaching university.
No shit.
So yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
I am so sorry.
So I
Professor
teach.
Yao, I'll do
I don't
anything
teach
for an A.
quantum physics. Oh no!
Oh,
I don't teach
no.
quantum physics, but I do teach chemistry.
Wow.
Cool.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so I was just kind of like, oh, you're talking very familiar language. Okay, cool, let's go.
Well, see, now you get to learn doggy chemistry.
Yeah, doggy chemistry.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
really good. Great job, Yao. Oh wait, sorry.
Yes.
Real quick before we restart, Twinned.
Oh yes.
Oh my
totally.
god.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
crying, holy shit. My
thank you.
eyes like widened, like,
Mhm.
and I would like leaned forward. I was like, oh my god.
I was
Amazing job.
looking forward to you doing that scene since you started voicing Tucker and you didn't disappoint.
Yeah,
Aw.
so
amazing
good.
job, Twin. Super good.
I was worried that
Tucker's-
Marrowyn was going to have a lot of lines there, and I'm so glad he didn't because I would have been struggling.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Big Buppy said.
Thing
I
is,
was-
if he, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you go twin. I mean canine. What? I'm thinking about twin still. That fucking crying was crazy.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
good.
me, Twin. But like, thing is,
Wait, that was so funny.
That's incredible, actually.
Hey guys, K9 here.
yeah, we actually like tricked you. Actually, like we swapped accounts for the day.
Oh my god.
But okay,
Unfuckable.
enough badly impersonating Twin. But like, it's best that scene didn't have a lot of dialogue in it because then it pushes the emotion so much more into the scene, and hence the acting. Because if they had like a brick of text in that scene, then that would have just sucked all the tension out of it. So I'm really glad that they didn't do that. But y'all got to perform your best then.
Okay, we're at the half. Do we want to swap anybody? Does anybody want to take a chance to voice?
Had way too many lines.
Mars had way
I'm-
too many lines.
I'm happy to swap and give someone else the spot if they want to voice.
Yeah, same.
I'm happy to swap in for whoever.
Thing is, wait, one sec, is Al still here? Because Al is here because like Mars barely got any lines, and I feel very
No,
bad. But I also feel bad that Al has not gotten a chance to voice like Rhoun that much either. But I'm not sure what to do.
Well, I'm honestly happy with the amount I got to voice Rhoun last time, so I'm fine. I was kind of prepared to like sit out voicing because like there's so many people here, and like I know a lot of them like deserve the chance to get a shot, especially because there's certain people for whom it's their first time, so I don't really mind.
Yeah.
Trust
as long
me,
as-
trust me. Rowan will get his day. Trust me.
As long as you're
Plus,
sure.
I want to hear
whole
Mars
day of
voice. I
Rhoun?
want to hear Mars voice 4 of Rowan because Mars is doing really well, so I want to hear more of it.
Oh, thank you.
I would do Marruk, but I have a cake I need to take out of the oven in about 10 minutes, so I don't want to interrupt the flow.
That is so wifey.
You have
True.
no idea.
Zev, when are we
If,
gonna have a cooking comp together?
Oh my gosh, we're just gonna make everybody drool. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Baking's been going well for you.
I just took a peek at it and it looks great right now, but there's still
Hell yeah.
at least 2 more things to get done before I'm finished for the day.
Hey, we'll still have Mars on Rowan. Anybody want to sub in for Marrowyn or Marruk?
Yeah, I'd like to try Marrowyn.
Hell
Yeah, Akiba, do it.
Heck yeah.
Go, Akiba.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
And
I can summon for
Marruk and
Marruk
Rook.
or the chief.
I don't
Who
think,
wants to be
I
the
don't think
cutie
Chief
Dobie?
shows up anymore for the
Oh.
rest of this session, maybe.
Who?
The
Chief
Dobie?
tier.
Oh.
you
No, I
know,
don't think they. I've yeah.
scientist.
this. I don't think
The
they do.
god.
They don't show up until after. I think. I don't think so. Yeah.
I think like day 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm out of the job.
You're fired. Get out of here right now.
He's off
No more typecasting.
School's out.
He's off waiting for Gordon. and the
School's
test
out.
shows
Oh my
about-
god.
Gordon, you
School's
lousy
out.
motherfucker. Gordon, you lousy motherfucker.
look, Gordon, tombstones.
Okay, Petra's Marruk then.
Okay.
If Petri's good with doing Marruk,
Petra, are you good with doing Marruk?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
yeah. Actually, well,
We shall
let me-
continue.
Let me bump up Petri just a bit so he's good on the
I can adjust
recording.
my microphone really quick.
If
Wait,
it's
are you
not
using
too
the new
much trouble.
microphone?
You're gonna hate me. No, I'm not.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, it's on.
I got up and I went immediately to work. Leave me alone.
That's pretty cringe, Petri.
It's very cringe. You know how much space that took up in my luggage? Like an inch. Horrible. I'm killing you. Okay. We shall continue now. An idea pops into my head. I want to see how powerful this idea of learning through context is. Pointing to myself, I announce the room.
Shit. I am a human.
Yeah, we covered that already.
This guy's thick. Pointing to them, I announce.
You are Karain.
Which seems to hit the mark.
Oh.
Ah. Very smart, Tucker. Understanding vocabulary like that would really be beneficial. Let's see, what else could we work on?
Rhoun mumbles something.
Do you have a suggestion, Director? Really, anything helps.
I was just thinking, maybe something along the lines of setting up questions for them. Like, what is this? Or who are you?
Let's see. Ah! Tucker, do you believe you could ask who Marruk is?
He already knows who I am.
Weren't you listening? We're setting up questions for the AI.
Whatever. Ask away, I guess.
Anyways, please ask, who is he?
I think they've already forgotten I can just mimic sentences for them.
Who is he?
They get it.
Fantastic work, Director. That was a good question indeed. Although it may take some time to really get this going, this is a great start.
Hey.
Yeah. So on the topic of good words to know, how about like why and how? Yeah? Those will help with the interrogation.
Excuse me? Doc notices my sudden decline in mood and quickly elaborates.
Marruk, stop that. There isn't going to be an interrogation, Tucker, don't worry.
Whew.
But...
Oh no.
we still do have some questions we would like to at least see how you'd answer. That's all. Hey, don't fret. I promised I'd take care of you, right? Weed,
He makes an effort to include Marruk and Rhoun.
take care of you. I promise it's nothing like an interrogation. Marruk is just being himself, I suppose.
Staring at the saint, I slowly come back down before nodding, looking back to the other two. A very interesting group to have as my guardians, that's for sure.
Though, I must say, while Marruk was being, let's say, at least a bit intentionally adversarial.
Hey! I don't see the issue with being thorough. You're both doing your jobs. Let me do mine.
Rhoun mumbles something which catches him a quick glare from Marruk.
Bitch ass.
Bitch ass.
As I was saying... Oh my, what was I saying?
How great my ideal was, of course.
Oh, yes. Learning your words for why and how sounds like a great step towards understanding and answering your questions. Do you mind perhaps just asking me, how are you?
That does make a lot of sense, even though I loathe to prove Marruk correct. But since they know when I say their names, I decide there's someone else I'd rather ask instead.
How are you, Rhoun?
His ears twitch as if coming out of a daze. Eventually, coming to face me and the rest of the circle. His eyes flit between the three of us.
Me? I'm fine. It's hard to think of any way to help out. Dr. Sino and, Lieutenant Marruk seem to have it covered.
Nonsense, Director. I appreciate your help so far. But take your time if you need to. This is a lot to take in for sure.
Rhoun sneaks me a small smile before returning to his usual state. I appreciate having him here at least.
Doc, that's great, but we still need why. Tucker, can you just say why or something?
After giving him a short but very intentional bit of side-eye, I decide not to push it today. Cooperation with all three of them will make this go much, much faster.
Why?
I consider adding, "Are you so dumb?" to the end, but I know that would cause me issues down the line, so I stay my tongue. For now.
So, where are we going with this, Doc? Should we just be asking questions for them to repeat, or what? Believe me, I had one good idea, and I'm out.
Yes, it may be a slow, repetitive process for a while until they have enough. Or rather, we have enough vocabulary to simply infer new words from context. If you wish to take a break, I won't hold it against you. I will, however, continue for now.
Marruk looks between us, possibly deciding if he would rather be here or 6 feet to his left sitting on a bench, and then sighs. He readjusts into a more comfortable position.
Nah, was just asking, is all.
I doubt he has anything better to do. I sure don't. Noticing Doc tapping his notepad, an idea comes to mind. It might be a leap in logic, but... Turning to him, I clear my throat.
Oh? Do you have something you'd like to say?
I really hope this works. I hold my palm out in front of him and ask,
May I have your pencil?
I can see Doc's expression shift from confusion to understanding. He smiles and drops his oversized pen into my hand.
Thank you.
Huh. You've said that once so many times already, I could have guessed it. Perhaps the AI is smarter than we're giving it credit for.
I hear a brushing sound behind me. Turning to see what it is, I notice there's nothing behind me.
Huh?
Before I turn back, I feel something brush against my hand. I snap my head towards where it came from just to see Doc's tail brushing against me. Oh. My God. I hadn't noticed that they did that like normal dogs. Maybe because I'm stuck with Marruk and he doesn't have a tail. Wait, does he have a tail? He must, right? Doc must have noticed I'm basically staring at his butt.
Oh, did I scare you? Damn thing. Can't control it sometimes. You know how it is. Wait. You probably don't. Well, sometimes when our species is happy, it's quite embarrassing, really. Our tails wag, you see, and, well, it's a reflexive impulse. I didn't even notice I was doing it. I do apologize.
I stop myself from grabbing his tail and look up to him. I can't really say it's okay, so I hope a thank you will suffice. I think it does. After a few marks of repeating words back and forth, I think we can almost hold a conversation. It feels really good to finally be able to communicate with them. Even just this is really making me feel better. I hope my days of charades are over. Doc's just writing away at his notes. Marruk is either being surprisingly useful or just staying quiet. And Rhoun... Well, I'd love to take Rhoun aside and ask if he's actually okay. But he's fine for now. He brought up some good points here and there, but for the most part, he's just been staring at a wall. Maybe I can...
Tucker? Are you okay?
What?
Shit. I was zoning out myself.
Oh, sorry. I'm okay.
It's incredible we've come this far in less than a day.
Glad to hear. I was thinking perhaps you could try to ask some questions.
A question I've had? I have hundreds of questions. This whole place is confusing to me. Something easy to ask, though. Oh! Maybe that could work.
Where am I?
Doc seems a bit hesitant at first. Does he not want to tell me?
You're in a holding cell.
Marruk. Bedside manners.
What? He asked.
There's no reason to be terse about it. Is that what you meant, Tucker?
No, like, where am I? Space? Planet?
I think we went over some of those words earlier. It's hard to keep track. I gesture up and around me, but I'm not sure the message gets across.
He means the station, Doctor. And beyond. I think.
All three of us turned to Rhoun. I'm sure at least one of them forgot he was even here. He's mostly been quiet for what feels like half a mark or so. Wonder how he understood me, though. Maybe just good intuition. I nod to add validity to his statement.
I'm not...
Is there a problem, Doc?
Well, You might remember when they were so kind as to show us their system before?
Yeah, and?
Well, I believe they may have figured it out, but...
He leans into the wall and whispers the rest to Marruk. His expression doesn't change.
Doc, you can only treat them like a kid so much. Like you said, they probably figured it out already.
Very well. Tucker, I have something to tell you then in regards to where you are. And if this news is shocking, please know I'm here for you if you need me.
He gently lays a paw next to me. I have a feeling this will confirm what I already believe, but it's important to hear it.
You are on Ikoriot 2 in the Alrain system. We do not believe you are from this system, though.
It's still a bit of a shock to hear, even when I thought I was ready. I sway a bit, but I managed to stay up. I can tell Doc was ready to catch me if he needed to.
Please. Continue.
Oh, all right.
He looks worried. I'm still unsure why he cares so much, but I will not complain. His compassion has helped me out more than I can say.
We are located...
Wait!
What is it, Marruk?
Look, I know he doesn't have a ship or anything, but like... telling him where our station is seems risky, is all I'm saying.
Marruk, are you kidding?
What? No, I'm trying to keep us all safe.
Marruk, he's no threat to us. I think he's proved that enough.
Listen, you tell him if you have to, but just remember what I said. If we get attacked by more aliens, that's on you.
Your concern is noted. Thank you, Officer Saras. Anyways. This station is in orbit around one of our planets. And one of the 7. Our system only has 7 planets compared to your 9. I'd be happy to show you a chart of them. Oh, perhaps another time. I hope this is what you wanted. We're asking to hear.
Thank you.
My vision blurs as I tear up. Doc looks a little worried, and even the others take notice. Wiping them away with a small sniffle, I try to keep it together. It's nothing new. I've known this for a while now, just not the specifics. Turning to Doc, I make sure he knows I'm okay. I can tell he's worried.
Thank you, really.
He's unconvinced, but we move on.
Feel free to ask any other questions you have. If you can think, of course. Oh, it was good. We are happy to help in any way possible.
Marruk rolls his eyes, but gives a half-assed nod. And I think Rhoun just wants to leave. I don't think I blame him. The room is silent for a while as no one can think of anything. Just the sound of Marrowyn scribbling some notes down. Fortunately, something breaks the silence. Embarrassingly, though, for me, it's my stomach. It must be getting close to dinner.
Oh my. Well, would you look at the time? Sorry, Taka, it is time to get you something to eat, isn't it? Marruk, do you mind?
Yeah, fine. The usual?
Yes. Oh, Director, do you want anything?
What? Dinner? I should probably be going, actually. I have things to fix.
Are you sure? Won't you at least stay for dinner?
I feel bad. I'm sure he'd be happier anywhere but here. But I'd really like to be able to talk to him some more. He's been so helpful today. Well, he's actually always been helpful. He's just a bit scatterbrained. I decide to pull the trigger.
Please, Rhoun.
He looks a bit shocked, as if he didn't expect me to care. But a small smile assures me I was wrong.
Oh, all right.
Wonderful. Marruk, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I get it.
He keeps talking to himself as he walks down the hallway, but I cannot hear him.
All the dinner.
So, Director Tyrann,
Just Rhoun, please. Sorry. I mean, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course. I've always found honorifics a bit much anyways. So, Rhoun, how do you feel about all of this?
All this?
Yes? The learning AI and taking care of our guest here. I'm curious about your thoughts on all it. On it all.
It's nice.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. They seem nice. And, helpful.
Helpful?
Yeah. They, offered to help out. Well, I asked. I think we're gonna hang out. Maybe. I mean, I know that's my job. Besides fixing things now, but like, you get it, right?
Well, as long as you are happy with the position. I see it as a great learning opportunity. To study and exchange knowledge with someone of another species. But I suppose it can be nice to hang out too. I do not have as much time as I'd wish to simply relax these days.
I feel it's mostly my fault. I know he's a busy guy, but I wonder how much of his work is now about me.
Sorry.
Hmm? Oh, by the heart. No, Tucker, there's nothing to apologize for. While some here might be confused by your sudden appearance, I am absolutely excited. Any extra work I have to take on to learn about you is work I'll happily do. In truth, it was getting quite dull here before you arrived. But since you're worried about it, maybe you can hang out with me too sometimes. Just don't tell the professor.
Wait, Doc wants to spend time with me as well? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since he's always so excited to see me, but still. I was starting to think he was the type that can never relax. Glad I was wrong.
I think I can do that.
I'd also like to learn more about his other work, even if he claims it's dull. He seems to be pretty involved with Tyr. At least they're close enough that he can hear him complaining about his Rhoun data. And wait, what was that thing he said? I guess I can ask now.
Marrow?
Hmm? Yes?
What is by the heart?
By the... Oh, I'm sorry. That must make no sense to you. Well, it may be a bit confusing. It's a religious ideal that has influenced our language in many ways. If that makes sense?
So wait, is that how they say, oh my god, or the likes? Must be. But I swear they've said it in other ways before.
Can you explain it?
Oh, sure. It all started when early Karain looked up to the sky, and the sky stared back. They saw an eye. Well, some saw an eye. Some saw a heart. Some saw nothing. So they saw it as a divine being of some sorts and began to worship it. Anyways, the main tenet is the belief that all Karain are good. Simple enough. It gets complicated when you consider the many different ways that can be interpreted. In truth, though, as the cycles have passed, it's not been as popular in practice. Because when we look up at the eye nowadays, we know that it is no god, but
A star.
yes, thank you, Rhoun. In truth, we have found that the eye is a star, or rather a system in a void. A void is an area where there are very few stars or systems. So it appears as one great eye in the sky. It goes by many names: the eye, the heart, even the void.
I wonder if we can see this eye from where we are. It sounds kind of amazing. No wonder they worshipped it.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Any questions you have, I'd be more than happy to answer.
I can hear the door open.
And oh, it seems the food has arrived.
Doc moves over to the door, which opens on demand, somehow, and waits for Marruk.
Took you long enough, Marruk. I thought we'd all starve before you got back.
You starve? I'd like to see you try.
Huh.
The relationship between these two continues to confound me. It seems like they're old friends, but I can't tell at times. After handing off the tray to Doc, Marruk sits back down next to Rhoun, half-heartedly handed him another wrapped burger.
Thanks for the...
Uh-huh.
I guess he's not yelling at him. Still. Damn it, K9.
The Germic GIF got me too.
I was doing so good. Almost
You
had a
were
whole
doing
session without
really
breaking
good.
down. Almost had a whole... I should just close chat. I should just close chat. I'm closing chat. Chat's closed. When they can understand me better, I'll be sure to at least ask what's up with them. A tray is carefully placed in front of me, and I notice everyone has something to eat except for Doc. Where's his food? I feel like Marruk always brings food for him and myself, but never for him. I suppose since he's not trapped here like Marruk, he can eat whenever. But Rhoun is always fed when he comes here.
Marrow? Are you hungry?
I pat my stomach to try and get the meaning across.
Oh, no. Thank you, Tucker, but I try not to eat at work. Bad habit and all.
That's not really the answer I was expecting. But I'll take his word for it. I don't think eating in here is as bad as eating in the lab, but maybe he has bad experience. Either way, I'd be happier if he ate something. Dinner's pretty quiet. Either no one has anything to say, or we're all just lost in our own thoughts. Doc seems occupied taking notes, while Marruk and Rhoun seem occupied trying to pretend each other doesn't exist. It doesn't take long, though, for the plates to be emptied.
I should really go now, though. I still have to adjust schedules and review some repairs today.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you, Rhoun. See you tomorrow, yes?
Oh. Yeah. Right. I'll be in sometime tomorrow. I have to check on some things. Then I can come in.
No worries. Of course. Have a good night, Director.
He stands up to leave, but I can't have him leaving without offering a goodnight, Rhoun, of my own. He turns to face me and offers a small smile on the edge of his persistent frown.
See you tomorrow, Tucker.
These days have been long, for them and for me.
Hey, Doc, how do you figure this is going?
Huh?
Like, is this what the chief expected us to do? Or, like, do we have a deadline or something?
Oh, well, to be honest, I'm not sure how much he's worried about all this. No matter how important this is. He's preoccupied. If you want a specific deadline, I don't expect us to learn everything Tucker can say for at least a week or so. If that soon at all. The captain and I are still working out a release schedule. At your recommendation, of course.
You don't have to lie to me, Doc. I know what power I hold here.
She does value your input, Marruk. She just has differing opinions.
Sure, whatever. So a week? We letting him out before then, or...?
It's rude to talk about me when I can hear you. You know?
I got like half of that. Look, I'm trying to take care of the crew first and you second, alright? You're getting out of here as far as I know. I'm just trying to make sure it's safe for everyone.
It should be. The blood work has come back better than expected, and I think I can discharge them with a clean medical record soon enough.
If you say so, Doc.
That's good news. I would take no joy in accidentally spreading disease amongst the crew. Still, it seems like there's more behind the scenes than just the possibility of me carrying some virus.
Oh, Marruk, I was meaning to ask. Do you have everything scheduled out for the next month at least? I know you had your meeting, but I forgot to ask.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Doc. Gonna be a lot of overtime for the crew, but I think they'll pull through.
Good, good. I'll be sure to make sure you get some time off as well. I know being in here can't be that entertaining.
Doc realizes his faux pas with a jolt and quickly turns to me.
For either of you. You'll both have some time to relax in the future. I'll make sure of it.
You won't hear me complaining, Doc.
You might hear me complaining, though.
Doc looks shocked. Did he understand me? Maybe he just didn't expect me to make a joke? Certainly not one about something that he knows I've been struggling with. Eventually, though, his jaw curls into a smile, which breaks into a hearty laugh.
Well, feel free to complain to any of us if you need anything.
Doc gives me a mopey smile before yawning again with a big stretch this time. Big stretch.
I might have to call it here for tonight, Tucker. I think I'll prepare some common phrases for us. It could help us learn a bit faster. I'll be back in the morning. Sorry I have to head out, but if I stay here any longer, I'll pass out.
Oh, I guess I was right. It is getting late. I'm sad to see Doc go, which I think he picks up on, but I don't press the issue. I simply wave him goodbye and offer a...
Good night, Marrowyn. See you in the morning.
He simply smiles and waves before heading out, giving a small farewell to Marruk before leaving. Once I can tell he's gone, I flop on the floor. I must be more tired than I thought. Ah, that's more like it. Staring at the ceiling has become routine for me. But now I wonder if I'll miss it. Probably not. But I've been thinking about things of that ilk recently. Small things that you don't even know you'll miss. I'm sure all the ceilings look like this. I really am tired if I'm getting worried over nothing. A small knock on the glass draws my attention.
You dead in there?
I reply with a single finger. I don't think it translates. Shame. Sighing, I stood up and faced Marruk.
I'm fine, thank you.
He gives me a quick once-over, before simply shrugging and going back to his bench. An earlier idea comes back to mind, and I try to see if he's been hiding a tail from me this whole time. Staring at his butt with curious intent proves fruitless, as his jacket is too long. If he does have a tail, it is indeed very short. Moseying over to my desk, I take a seat. It's far too late to write anything comprehensive, not to mention too dark, but I still feel it's too early to go to sleep. I get all of my belongings organized, making sure I didn't somehow lose something, and just end up fiddling with a pen. Now that I think about it, Doc's using a pen to take notes when Marruk has a damn hologram projector. It seems kind of outdated. Maybe it's just a habit? Wonder what he's been writing. I'm sure studying me has been fascinating. At least someone seems to tolerate or even appreciate my...
What?
I turn to face Marruk, who's staring down at me. I feel like we've been here before. I put on my best, unimpressed face and stare back, trying to meet his scowl with the closest human equivalent. When neither of us moves for a while, I shake my head at him as if to say, well, we're waiting. Wait, I can just ask that now? I can just ask that now.
Well...
He flinches and blinks a few times, as if coming out of a trance. Wait, was he zoning out too? He almost looks... nervous. No, I can't imagine how he'd look if he were nervous. He composes himself and clears his throat.
I just wanted to give you a few warnings about when you get out of here.
This can't possibly be a threat, right? No. Even if he doesn't like me, we're past that.
Okay.
I think you're smart enough to figure out that getting out of the cell isn't going to be the end of your problems. And things will be more hectic on the outside. You'll have myself, Doc, and Rhoun
He says through bared teeth.
to look after you. And while that will mean a lot to some people, it won't make you untouchable. I mean that literally and figuratively. Most Karain here wouldn't be dumb enough to try anything when I'm around. But I won't always be around. So just keep an eye out, I guess. Okay? You understand me, right?
Twin was having some Discord issues, and will hopefully be back soon.
Answer me, damn it!
Welcome, Bark.
Welcome, Bark! So cute. Sorry.
Discord is indeed bugs.
Okay. I think I'm fine now.
You are.
Yes.
Oh, kind of.
He just squints at me. I understand what he is saying, but I have very little concept of what goes on outside these walls, so I can't really say I understand all of it.
Just don't get into trouble, okay?
He tries to turn around and leave, but I won't have that cryptic message be the last thing he says to me.
Hey, wait! What do you mean? And, like, why do you care?
I can see the cogs working in his head to figure out what I said. His response elucidates me.
I mean that you've been told our captain is already putting her faith in you. And she is not someone you want to disappoint. Believe me, I'd know. And it's my job, that's why. Just as it's Doc's job, and just as it's his, we don't need you to end up in a worse way than you already are. Now go to sleep. There's a lot to be done tomorrow.
I can't help but just stare at him I can't help but just stare at him a bit slack-jawed as he goes. I know nothing about anyone or anything beyond my cell wall. Not even the crane who's been trapped with me this whole time. I want to keep talking, see what else there is to be said. But he's right. I can feel the lethargy creeping in and my bed calling. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. Change is in the air. Damn it. I couldn't quite make it through the whole night. Sitting up in my bed, a small shiver crawls down my skin. It's still just ever so slightly too cold in here. It feels like someone just has the AC turned up a bit too much. It's uncomfortable, but I can forget about it. Sometimes. Looking around, it's still clearly night as the lights are off. I can also tell it's already too late to simply roll over and go back to bed. Getting up, I get a glass of water and head over to the wall. Marruk is still asleep. I know he doesn't appreciate me watching him sleep, but he'll have to excuse me this once. He almost looks cute sleeping. Mouth open, tongue sticking out a bit, laying at just an off angle. I can't imagine that's comfortable, but he seems to be able to sleep through the night. I know I should divorce my concept of what dogs are like back home from what Karain are like, but it's almost impossible. Even looking at Marruk now, it's hard to not make comparisons. Maybe some comparisons are okay. They keep me grounded, in a sense. I wonder if that will be horrifying for them, though. The concept of a dog. They don't seem like they have primates here, or nothing that looks like me at least. So to tell them that they are almost analogous with the species back home would probably freak them out. Might make for a fun story. Another time, though. I take a seat at the desk and take another sip. I wonder if they really care about me. Well, I mean... this is complicated. They obviously care enough to not dispose of me. But am I just an oddity to them? Rhoun and Doc seem to at least pretend to care about me. I guess it could just be a front. I hope not. Maybe I shouldn't be worrying about this at God knows when in the morning. Void knows when? I don't know if I can make that work. I can feel my consciousness slowly being excised and replaced with torpor. My eyes slowly flit open and close in a losing battle to stay awake. A battle I am quick to concede. Day 5. And I think we'll call it there for this session. Always a good stopping point at the end of the day.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yay! Session complete.
That was so fun.
We did it, gamers. We're on day 5.
We did
Day
it, Reddit.
5 of 11. So far.
Wow.
Wow, we're almost halfway.
And we're still in the contraption.
And we're still in the contraption.
Damn, I'm gonna have to. I really need to figure out a way to like make good thumbnails for this because there's not enough CGs.
There's been like no CGs.
I'll just use a.
You
I'll just
should-
use a. I'll just use a close up of Marruk's face and just with like a fucking pride question mark emoji.
Yes.
Oh god.
Was for the sticker is like a picture of Marruk like looking out of his like the hologram of his like God, what is the word for that? Like the watch thing, you know what
The
I'm
monitor?
talking about? The monitor.
The monitor.
Yeah,
The
and just
axiom.
put like a gay flag like on top of like the monitor and just make him look
Oh my God,
confused,
that's
like
perfect.
with the question mark
That's-
over
yeah.
his head, like, huh?
That's
Oh, that's perfect.
What is this gay?
That's funny.
Is this, if Marruk holds up a pride flag, like, yo, is this your planet's national flag?
Oh you found this flag in your bag.
Why are people
Is
from
this
this
the
country
country you're
always so
from?
hot?
Oh jeez.
You should do the Weedle Tweedle thing for the thumbnails of these videos, where they just have like the sprites of the characters in like compromising positions with like funny faces.
Oh my gosh.
I could just have it. I could just have it so that Marruk is looking at his monitor, and I could just overlay a stable.
Yes.
Absolutely sure. Oh, K9, that little golden retriever gif you posted, it's cute.
Jackson,
Wait,
did you
let's-
look at all the nice things we were saying about you?
Yeah.
What have you been saying about me?
When you
What
said
have
that
we
you
been
were
saying about you?
closing
Said
out
a
the
bunch of nice
chat,
things.
Zeb was like, let's all say nice stuff about Jackson while
While
he
he
can't
can't
read.
see, yeah.
I'll look later. I'll look later. Or do you want me to look right now?
No, you can look later.
Chat.
You can look
I'll
later.
look later. I'll look later.
I mean, it's literally
got some
right
good-
after the Germa gif, so
Oh no.
We got some good information this session, though.
yeah.
What is the
I'm so
void?
excited about the AI.
Finally.
Well, see, now that the
Hey.
void is out and open, I can drop a theory I've had on where exactly Tucker is.
Mm-hmm.
I shall enlighten.
Oh.
So, the void. It is an actual scientific term for those who don't know of a patch of space where there's not much density. You know, space is filled with galaxies and nebula and a bunch of shit.
But space is
Within
also
space,
mostly
though.
empty.
But yes, space is also mostly empty. But voids are exceptionally empty areas of space where there's
Ah.
barely anything. You know, there's the Boydus void, which is kind of the most well-known one. And that's what the Kryn have within their system. Now, an interesting thing to note is between galaxies, there are smaller voids of, you know, not much empty space because galaxies congregate mass, so they pull stuff towards them, so they leave empty space between them. My running theory here is Tucker's in the Andromeda galaxy or another galaxy close to ours.
Oh.
So the star they see within the void is not just a system, but
The Milky Way.
the Milky Way. Because we can technically see the Andromeda galaxy from Earth with long exposure photography because the Andromeda galaxy isn't that bright.
Mm.
So that's
You have
my
to
running
collect a
theory on
lot of
exact
light to see
placement.
it.
That sounds like a pretty sound
It's okay.
theory,
Hey,
honestly.
if he's in the Andromeda galaxy, he'll be back in the Milky Way in a few billion years.
It's true.
Very true.
I was about to say, I was like,
The question is then
It's
how he
fine.
got there.
That's the question, isn't it?
space magic.
Isekai.
He used the force.
He's a
Take
car.
on. Truck
He's
Coon.
a
Back in his
guy.
powers.
They're gonna go find Thrawn.
Oh my god!
Space.
like-
Oh my
he got,
god.
He got driven there by Truck Coon, like just through space.
And there's also another astronomical term that Rhoun's used is filament, which is I like all noticing all the little astronomical terms that.
Oh my god, do it.
Mm.
He said by the
Nerd!
filament times. Yes, I am a nerd.
Yeah, I picked up on the void mentioned, but there's not a whole lot to go off of there, so I'm like filing that
it's-
one for later.
It's a fun idea, though. You know, they're maybe at the edge of the Andromeda galaxy and they're looking out
I do.
the Milky Way.
I do appreciate the fact that since like this visual novel is very obviously like like has themes of like science and robotics. I do love that like they keep the Karain as like the biggest like weird like occurrence in the visual novel so far. Like everything still works upon logic. Like obviously the logic of a fictional species, but it pretty much reflects our own, and I find that very nice. Like it follows its own theming.
Dog do wag.
It doesn't follow it doesn't follow other than like the neurals, it doesn't follow anything big like a little like thing on the inside that is installed in your brain that allows you to understand other languages.
Oh, bye, Twin.
Bye,
Thank you
Twin.
for
Bye,
listening.
Twin.
As for
Bye,
you,
Twin.
You did fantastic.
You did a wonderful job, Twin.
Who put the possum on a Roomba?
Twin
Come on.
did.
Yes.
Twin put themselves on a Roomba.
put him.
Twin's gonna get sick. Get him off there. He's gonna puke all over
Twins,
them.
twins escaping on the contraption.
It's okay. The Roomba will
True.
clean up after the sick possum. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's true. The Oompa.
Oh, Oomba. Ew. Help.
Oh my gosh.
Oomba.
Aww.
Bae.
Look at him. Getting
Yeah, that was the big knowledge drop that I've been dying to say. I've had to catch myself from saying, we're on a space station and what the
I
void
mean,
is
most
and
of
all
us
that other stuff.
like probably guessed that.
Yeah,
we're
you
on a
just
space
guessed.
station.
Yeah.
You did guess it. Oh, Marrowyn's thing with the heart. What's up with him not having a heartbeat? What's up
It's
with
almost
that?
like someone made a theory the last time
It's
regarding his
almost like
heart.
it's almost like the opening kind of tells you too.
Yeah.
But no, K9, you might be right on the money there.
You know what? Okay, my thing with that
Mhm.
is no heartbeat, and his dad is the chief guy tier, right?
Yes.
Like they made that brief allusion and never talked about it. My
Adopted.
idea, since he's so good with robotics, I just kind of figured that like there's something robotic about Marrowyn.
Yeah, like maybe he has like a
he's kinda
mechanical pump.
cyborgy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or like something.
Marrowyn just wants
replaced
to
a
be
few
a
of his
real dog
organs.
boy.
Oh,
Maybe,
no.
maybe that has a reason as to why Marrowyn doesn't eat or seem to sleep either, like or require any other bodily functions. Like if he has some kind of like heart,
But he
pump
works
or
out.
if he has some kind of like heart
Mhm.
pump that needs to be like maintained, then that probably could also be the source of his entire like energy. So he probably doesn't require to eat like eating or sleeping at all. In which case, if that was done to him by his dad, then to like cut out the need for like self-care in like for better work ethic, then that's pretty terrible. That's inhumane or incorrect.
That'd be extremely dark.
That's just what my dad did already. What are you talking about?
Oh god. I'm sorry.
Dark. Damn, we're in real dark hours in chat right now.
Daruk.
Dark Sandstorm.
Daruk.
Okay.
Marruk's
Is it
protection
Marruk or
is
is it
to
Marruk?
rule.
I forget how Cryptid said he pronounced it.
I'm pretty sure you said it was Marruk.
I think Cryptid said he said Marruk. I think Cryptid said he said Marruk, but everybody
I always
think
thought
no
it was
says
Marruk.
Marruk. I say Marruk too.
Because it
I say
reminds me of the.
I say Marruk.
I say miracle.
reminds
So
me of
I
the-
say Marruk as well.
I tend to say Marruk.
it's like the
Whenever I
Middle
read it,
Eastern
I
name,
read it as
it's like-
Marruk.
Just imagine it's got umlauts on the U and then it's Marruk.
Zev gets it.
That's true. No, there's like a
Maruka with his
Middle
bazooka.
Eastern name that is similar, and I hope I don't misspell it.
Being Maruka
Being
is
Marruk
suffering.
is suffering.
Oh no.
okay, but what about being Merrick?
Being Merrick is suffering too. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want that. I want that Latino security officer destroyed.
Literally, all Merrick has literally been reduced to watching a Bingus in a cell.
Oh, Akiba, I gotta say, I do like your Marrowyn a lot too.
Yeah.
The deep voice just lets
Really
so much
good.
gravity
Tells
into
it. Does.
Yes,
So well.
Very
so
good.
nice. You did such a great job.
And all of
In
Petrie's
general,
little
you just have-
ad libs too.
You just have a
Yes.
really
Oh my
nice
God.
voice. Like it was nice just hearing you like talk through Marrowyn, like the voice acting aside. So that was cool. I don't think I've had a reaction like that since I've heard like when I first heard Ice Fang and Dev's auditions for the Echo fandom.
Same, yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, hello?
Hello,
Mr. President?
Mr. President.
Sir, when can I go on my own?
No, we're not starting that. No, negative.
I have the whole world
Father,
to
when can I
see.
leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
I know that this is such a tangent. I know that line is such a meme, but like, have y'all ever heard the one where he just goes like, "Thank you, Daddy."
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy. I knew you
That's-
wouldn't say no.
Daddy,
That's
chill.
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, please.
What the hell is even that?
I
Oh,
love that video
God.
so much.
It's so
All right.
I love
What
when
the
he's like,
hell is even that?
What the hell is even that?
the one that gets me is let's see. Well, what about my dream? Yes, Tibbles, I have a special, most treasured dream.
Oh my goodness, you're too good at that, All-Star.
Oh my god, if it's your turn to voice Rhoun and you pull out with that, then I'm gonna fucking scream.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
Yeah, but anyway, real quick, I'm gonna switch off the recording now, so y'all say goodbye now.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
goodbye.
Bye.
Everybody did so
Bye.
good and it was so fun.
Absolutely.
And thank you to everyone who watches this recording. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.